TV, going live right now in the city of Riverside.
Riverside.
And in the background, we have Teotihuacan.
We're literally here. See the pyramids.
Streaming live. And my name is La Pacheca.
Easy Clacaele.
And Kaneki will be joining us, popping in and out. And hopefully T2 Rad will be joining us soon. And today we're going to be focusing on self-care in regards to danza, inspired by injuries that happen and how to continue our danza journey despite injuries. We're told to always take care of ourselves, but sometimes we don't listen. We want to keep up with the pace and rush ourselves to be exactly like someone else sometimes. Or we have these high expectations and sometimes we don't attain those because life hits us with something and makes us slow down even more.
Yeah. Yeah, and danza is not a race, it's a journey. So everyone gets there in their own journey at your own pace. And the injuries, take them as a lesson, not as negativity. Because that's how what we tend to think, like, oh, I got injured because someone was looking at me wrong or because of I slipped, whatever. It's because we're racing and we're trying to get to somewhere, right?
Well,
I guess the goal is to become like a danzante. Well, it is to become a danzante with your plumas, your atuendo, your ayotes and everything, but we do forget to take care of our feet, our joints, to stretch because we just want to just jump in and get with the other one. Yeah, so that's the goal, to look like that. But it's not just the look. It's more. There's more to it, like self-care, mental and body.
right, because danza incorporates not just the physical, but also the emotional and spiritual part of healing. But sometimes, we could hurt ourselves during danza. And so we're just going to share some tips today and also share our own personal injuries that we've had or how we've coped and how we've maneuvered through the danza world, sometimes, taking breaks from a long periods of time and so that we could continue on this journey. And people, because it is
Hey,
dancing,
Ricardo.
it's mostly in the bottom part of our bodies where injuries will most likely happen because, right, a sonaja injury is very rare, if I've ever heard of any.
What's gonna happen? Like, boom?
Oh, actually, I've seen that when a mom
Oh, they fly.
No, not flying, but a mom was doing a turn and she actually hit her like 2-year-old that was running around. And so,
Oh man.
by accident, of course. Sonaja injuries could happen too.
Yeah. So, I'll start off on myself. I have 2 injuries. I have a back injury and a knee injury. So my back injury didn't happen in danza. It happened in the work world. And I got injured. I fell down. So I messed up my back. And how I cope with it is wearing a faja. Can you show your faja? There we go.
Would you
Here go.
demonstrate putting it on?
Yes, I will. So I put it on to support my back, my low back. So I start from the front, then I go to the back and squeeze really tight.
And this one's kind of short faja.
Yeah, this is the next faja.
¿Es tuyo?
And that helps support. So when I'm going down and up, wearing my copili, wearing my atuendo, because it gets heavy. And then I start feeling it in my back where I'm like getting tired from dancing. But with the faja, keeps your back strong. And I also have a knee injury. This one did happen in danza. I was doing, so I was in the middle. I was in another practice out here in the city of San Bernardino. Big shout out to that group, the Peolot. And I was dancing, and it was really hot. It was during the summer, and it gets so hot. People start to sweat naturally, and just a puddle of sweat just happens. Starts to happen on the floor, so I didn't see where I was stepping.
Well, I think you did a spin and you
I did a
landed
spin.
in.
Yeah. And I landed, but I didn't fall. I was able to catch my balance, but the power of going back and grounding myself is what made my knee pop. And once my knee popped, I couldn't move it. it was just stuck. I was like, oh snaps, I can't move my knee. So I was didn't dance for 6 months. Time to recover. Even though my knee was able to move again and everything within a couple weeks, I needed that recovery time because there was more. After I did reflection, I realized it was me actually trying to show off that I'm a not like the best dansante, but like a good dansante. Even though it's hot, it's and people were like, "Oh, it's hot." I was like, "Oh no, we're gonna dance strong, and you'll see." And that was my lesson right there. Like, listen to your body, listen to your surroundings, your environment too. Cause like, if you see sweat, are you gonna go out there and do something crazy, or you're gonna tone it down too? So that was my lecture.
Now, what do you wear for your knee?
I wear a knee brace and
And an ankle one,
an
right?
ankle brace. What's the same thing?
Well, one on your knee.
Oh, my
and
knee
one
is
on
my
your
ankles.
ankle.
Yes, they're the same brace, same company,
The
and
same company.
yeah, and then they're really good. So they're good supports. So when I squat, I don't have that popping noise or
Ugh.
I know,
Popping.
yeah, it pops once in a while, but it's okay because I learned to listen to my body. I've learned to not push myself like I used to, but to tone it down and understand that danza is a journey instead of a race. Because you're not racing to get nowhere. You're not racing to get to the top of the pyramid. Because
You could walk
you
there.
can walk there. So that's what it teaches us. Just take baby steps. Because you know anything in life that we start new, we're practically brand new into it. We're barely born. So hey T2 Rad, just jump on in. So we're just born into it, and we have to learn how to take baby steps. But we get into that rush mentality of like, no, we gotta learn it now. I need to catch up to that dancer. I need to catch up because I don't want to mess up the flow or anything like that. But my recommendation as a dancer that it's our job to take care of the beginners and to show them and teach them that this is not it's not your fault if you like can't catch up to us. It's our fault for not showing you how to like flow into us with us.
Wow. We're all adults, so we have to take responsibility for our own actions.
Yeah.
Hey, TT Rad.
How was traffic?
We're talking to you.
It was packed, you guys.
All right. So I'll jump in to the next injury. Well, mine's not as intense with my knee. I think just overusing of it. And during the winter time, I would notice my knee would feel swollen. And I would notice that more when I would get on my knees for whatever basic thing I would need to do that. And so I would notice, okay, it's swollen. And then I would notice certain pain during danza. So then my method is just taking a break. I wouldn't dance or just taking it slow and not doing jumps or fast spins and putting a bandana around it. Pressure would help. And also now I used to use arnica gel. Now I use the cannabis CBD creams. And our friend Infinite Botanicals was talking about medicinal plants last time. So really tune into your body with what medicines you should use. Ask for advice if you know of any healers, or or ask Infinite Botanicals. And so that's how I cope with so my knee doesn't give out on me and I don't have anything bigger than something swollen when it's cold. My second, I wouldn't say injury, but it would just be the surgery from the C-section. So I took half a year off from danza to just heal from that. I just felt I wasn't prepared to move so much, and so just taking that break so that when I did go back to danza, I just go slowly. And still, even now, I'll go slow if I feel the room is packed or if there's a lot of dancers. Hey, I could go slower. Mm-hmm. And so I just take my pace and just enjoy what I can do because I know I want to do this. Just like when I see in danza the abuelitas going at it, and I want to be like those abuelitas dancing strong.
Right, 60, 70, and just going at it.
Well, it doesn't matter in age to be an abuelita. I was thinking of like, we're all gray haired, right?
Yeah.
I just
The
recently
elders.
found a gray hair.
So what,
I
you think
have
you're an
one
elder?
gray hair. I have one gray hair, and I'm the oldest out of these two. What does that tell you?
I stress a lot.
Stress will take a toll on your body, guys.
Yeah.
So another lesson is a lot of reflection and taking it easy and enjoying life and knowing how to laugh at yourself when you do mess up and move along. Just move along. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all a process.
Don't take it as an embarrassment. You're just learning.
Yeah, it's a journey. Like we say, it's a long journey. There's no start. There's a start point, but in reality, there's no end point.
Yeah, because even when you die, you transform into
yeah,
another
you just
energy.
keep going.
Keep
so there's
going.
always a start, but in reality, there's not an end, because it's just a long journey. It's like that book, what, The Never-Ending Story?
What book?
Or that movie? I don't know. It was from the 90s.
It was a book.
Right?
It was a
That
book, The Never Ending
white
Story?
dragon?
Oh, The Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a trippy one.
Yeah, it was. 90s kids,
Dragon.
80s and 90s kids.
Okay, T2 Rad, we're sharing any injuries and how we cope in the danza world with our injuries. So if you want to share anything.
Where do I start? I have so many.
Start with, do you have any knee injuries, your ankle? Oh, I remember that one time you were dancing in shoes when we recommend not to dance in shoes.
And you had
And
injured.
the, what is it? The resistance of the shoe with the dance floor stopped you?
Yeah, so I was doing a certain step where it
A
was hard,
spin.
like, yeah. So I ended up like twisting my ankle really bad, and then I couldn't dance for like at least 2 weeks. I'm always getting hurt at my ankle, so yeah, I have to be really patient with my dancing, because like I every time I try to go fast, I always end up getting injured. So I'm learning how to limit myself from going fast all the time, because I don't want to keep getting injured. Usually when I get injured, I elevate my feet. I elevate them. I put hot and then cold, the ice packs. And then I try to rub it out to see if that helps. I give myself a massage. I don't really go on to detail like you guys do. I'm just...
Any stretches you recommend?
Oh, we're going to do stretches
Oh,
now?
no, her.
No,
No,
oh,
like
okay.
anything she does, any stretches. she does?
Stretches, yeah. I like to do a lot of feet and leg stretches, because I notice like if I don't do it, I'll suffer at night where I'll be in pain if I don't stretch good. What I realized too is like it's important, like when you're stretching, a lot of people don't stretch their backs, but we put a lot of weight on our backs that at the end like we end up in pain. We're like, oh, it hurts. So I do back stretches as well, because it helps, believe it or not. It reduces pain from whatever else you're doing throughout your day.
Yeah, and it's just remembering that how we live with this, not just in danza, but in the other world that we live in, because people tend to live in two worlds, multiple worlds actually. You got the social media worlds, you got your work world, you got your own home world, but it's learning how to live with those injuries in each world and learning how to listen to yourself. That's the most important part.
All right.
Yeah, you want to show some stretches, Claudia?
Yeah, so now
Butt
we're going to
checks?
move on to demonstrating some stretches. Are you going to help me with this?
Yeah.
I wish I can rhyme because I'm holding up mine.
Put it into what's that?
All right, the floor is on to me. Let me rap some freestyle to you guys. The Chica style. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so to incorporate the joints, incorporating the 13 joints, right? Doing the neck ones, right? One way, and then the other way. Tú también connect stretches. And then doing the shoulder ones, right? And then going backwards. I don't really do actually elbow ones, but I do the.
If you're a drummer, really stretch out your hands, because I have gotten like really bad cramps on my hands.
Yeah, for like drummers, since I drum a lot too, I just what are these called? Cumbias? It's called cumbias. I just do this to get the wrist moving. And do a lot of wrist movement. And
Yeah.
somewhat like chicken wings.
And then also doing ankle ones, right? Counterclockwise and clockwise, going slow. And going back. Yeah, going slow.
And
then knee ones, right? Counterclockwise. Doing both knees. I like to do circles. And then you want to do the hip ones that I do? Can't really do it because of the skirt. The hip, and then going in. And then doing them for both sides. And also another one that we learned from an elder that this used to do Tai Chi with was this one. And then
very
you
slow
start-
movement.
Yeah, very slow. And then you feel the popping.
Do you hear my knee pop?
Yeah, my knee popped too.
My shoulder pop.
And then my favorite one, but I can't do it in a skirt, is the brazo tail pose. So if you want to demonstrate that one, I enjoy doing that one at different times. Like when I'm playing with Kanek, just being in that position. So it could
Or
stretch out
like to stretch
the
out
caderas.
your back, butt.
And then since I have a knee injury, I like to do both knees. Give that that workout on both knees. So with one knee, I'll balance myself on. With the right leg, I'll lift it up, and then left knee, I'll have it balanced, and then I'll just start going up and down. Because to get that movement, flexibility on both knees. Because you know, in danza we do a lot of knee work, a lot of spins. So it's very important to get those muscles strong between the thighs and the calves and the ankles. Another one that I do, this one incorporates the whole core. It's super simple, and yet it leaves you winded. And it's just doing this. That's all I do. But at the same time, it works your core, your knees, your back, your arms. So you're doing all of them in one step, going back and forth. Oh,
Ahorita vamos a cantar.
Or
And the other one?
the calf stretch.
And any
Touch your
parents out
toes.
there too, if you want to incorporate your kids, I use them as a weight, so I'll just go home as he's falling asleep or something. That's all I do.
That's all you do.
When he's bored.
Any other stretches?
Well, I do a lot of back stretch too, like try to stretch my back.
You try to go all the way back.
I try to do the cherry pickers. I mean the apple pickers.
Oh yeah, that's what kids call them. I don't know what they call the ones where they go like this.
Cherry pickers.
Is that really how you pick cherries?
Yeah. I don't know. But I remember
I eat cherries.
I used to go like that.
But we don't know how
One,
they
two,
pick
three.
cherries.
1, 2, 3. Those
Any
are
other
good.
stretches?
You want to do finger stretches too. Stretch your fingers.
Stretches.
Again, if you're a drummer, because everything will lock up if you don't stretch appropriately. Do this one.
Yeah.
Crossover.
And then every time we start off in our practicas on Mondays, we start off with warm-ups. and it's just steps that incorporate every danza. So it gets your whole blood moving, your whole body already started and everything too. And we do it without the drum, so you could hear the ayayotes, you could hear your own rhythm, your own pace. Because when you're hearing the drum, you feel that intensity and everything, but you really need to listen to yourself, and the best way to do it is without the drum, because the drum, it's beautiful, it's there, we need it, but at the same time, you need to learn, well, as danzantes, we need to learn the steps, step by step, and I'll say this from experience, sometimes I do get a little lazy. I don't like saying that word, but it is true, and I won't do the whole step, but that's
Would you like to demonstrate?
sure.
I want to know what he's talking about.
Me too.
What are you talking about?
So you know, like in Tesla, when we go like this, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but they can't see you.
Oh, you can see. So the step starts to the left, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go back this way. But then I'll just go.
So that's the proper way to
That's
do
the
it.
proper way. But when I get in those like lazy moves, I'll just go like running.
Okay, maybe it's not necessarily lazy. As long as you're going with the movement of it, I don't necessarily see it as lazy.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that you gotta keep up with the steps, even though the drum's not there, because I rely on the drum to go that 1, 2, 3, boom, stepped on me. So it looks like I'm doing the step, but I'm not really doing it. So that's what I'm saying, that that's what the drum helps.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm. But it's a bad habit.
1, 2, 3, and then I go 1, 2, 3. That's right.
Hey,
When I'm lazy.
but we're all humans, so
We're all humans. We're allowed to be lazy sometimes.
yeah, we're not all super.
We're not super.
Except for this guy.
people.
No, 24/7 energy.
Little 2 or 3-year-olds have energy forever until it's nap time, and then they knock out. Anything else to add with stretches?
Janet, come in, Kanek. Do a stretch. 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 Como papi mami te enseña.
Well, he just
Okay.
follows along whenever. But remember to always hydrate yourself. Drink plenty of water before danza, before ceremonies, and if you need to, step out of the circle because you need to use the restroom, remember to go in between danzas. Raise your hand, raise your sonaja, so you have permission to step out of the ceremony or outside the practice. It's recommended for you not to just bounce out and leave.
Yeah, we have to be respectful of who's leading, because it's not just I'm leaving, I have to go do this. No, you're messing up the energy, the flow, everything that's happening there at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, and when you need to get out, don't go in front of people like this. No, that's not acceptable. You get out, you say, "Come down," then you ask permission, you go behind the people. Because then you're just messing up their energy while they're dancing.
True.
I've seen it happen plenty of times in ceremonias, everywhere. So, rule number 1, when you're in circle, anywhere you are, don't ever cross in front of people or in back of them.
Beam.
Unless it's an emergency, you gotta get your kid, then you gotta do what you gotta do. Another recommendation would be, I would, not to hate on people who drink soda and coffee, but a lot of caffeine could dehydrate you. I haven't drank coffee and soda on a regular basis while I started the danza journey, so I don't really know how that feels to be a danzante and be on a diet that consists of soda and caffeine. I mean, a lot of it, because of course everything with a little bit at a time won't harm you, but if you do too much of something, or even if you eat too much, like 20 minutes or 15 minutes before danza, it's gonna feel you very heavy.
You won't be able to go up. You won't be light. You'll be heavy.
Or you're gonna be having to go to the bathroom sooner than you need to.
Mhm.
I might even have to come out that way.
And I do drink coffee. However, when we go to ceremonias, I don't drink coffee because I want to not I want to be as pure as possible, internal. And coffee is a drug. It does get you all like hyped up and all that. It wakes you up, especially good in the mornings.
Yeah, and then
But in ceremonias, it's always good to have just a clean mind, a clean body, because you want to drink a lot of water. You don't want to be out there dancing and then get a cramp as you're turning, and then you just fall.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's happened. So drink a lot of water and limit the caffeine.
yeah, and if you can't, try not drinking the night before or the day of, because then that'll dehydrate you even more. In reference to alcohol. Also, drink plenty of fruit. Eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. Hey,
Bananas.
natural medicine. Oh yeah, potassium. But actually, kiwis give you more potassium than bananas. And we try to incorporate chia seeds for endurance and for our omegas into our licuados, into our avena every day. And also we use maca powder and what else do we use? Hemp seeds and cinnamon and almond milk. We try to avoid dairy products, or at least cow milk, as much as possible, because that creates more mucus in the body.
Yeah, that's true. Just changing the topic a little bit, we just had our Mexica New Year, and that was the Mexica New Year for us. But New Year in our side of the continent starts in spring, and that's when the life starts again. The bears wake up and everything. And speaking of the bears, we have our ceremony coming up that we help host, and we just gonna honor the bears this day, since the bears are not really the Mexica medicine, you would say, but at the same time it does represent spring.
There's
So
bears in Mexico?
there's bears in Mexico.
All right.
However, what I mean, like the bear medicine is more
Okay,
traditional northern.
predominant.
Yeah, it's traditional northern on this side of the continent. So with that, we're just gonna sing a bear song to honor our brothers up here and to welcome all those bears back.
To wake them up.
To wake them up.
Saca tu oso negro. Vamos a cantar oso negro. A despertarlo. Oso negro is sleeping right now, but he needs to wake up. All right, oso negro. Oso negro. Waking up the bears. Spring. Yay.
You want to explain real quick what the song is?
Well, this song, I heard it for the first time at the Indigenous Peoples Day at San Bernardino City College from your teacher. I never got to meet him personally. I just heard the songs. And he sang this song for his nephew, who is named Kinan, which translates to black bear or oso negro.
siéntese aquí. Pozo negro, siéntese aquí.
Thank you. We done. Go. No, I said you were trying.
Yeah. So that was our welcoming song back to the Bears. And if you want to catch us more information on what we're doing, we're going to have our presentations here in the city of Riverside coming up. Our producer, can you put up our little flyer we have up here? There we go. Our next event will be April 14th at 2 p.m. at the downtown city of Riverside Library. It's a Sunday too, so if you want to come out and ask some questions, we'll be more than happy to. We'll be there at 2 p.m. It's an hour-long event, right? So from 2 to 3, come out, learn more about what we do, and also we'll be promoting our Aztec dance camp for the kids. And if you want more information on that, come to the events. Or else hit us up here on Facebook, YouTube, all of the social medias.
Our next presentation will be Sunday, April 28th on the Multicultural Book and Family Festival. That's an all-day event, but we'll be dancing at 3 p.m. For the children, and we'll be having a community dance, so everyone's welcome to dance with us and learn some steps. And this is a free event. All are welcome is to encourage families, children to read more. Yay, reading books, not just tablets.
Yeah, it's cool to put down the tablet once in a while and just have a family night of book night. And this event is really cool. It's big. There's a lot of book vendors. You'll meet them all right there. The illustrator, the artist, everyone that put the book together. You'll meet them there. You can get an autograph from them. It's really cool. And every year, they say Edwards James Olmos will be there. We'll hope this year he does show up.
You guys, they're actual books. Actual books with pages and words written in them.
For real.
Yes. Dun dun dun.
Not just like a little screen.
No, it's like actual books. Some have hardcovers and some have, just light page covers. Soft covers.
Paper.
Oh my God, you guys.
So yeah, come out, check us out, have some fun, enjoy the Sunday with the family, and also too, if you're hungry, don't forget about the Fry Bread Hut every Sundays at the Tyler Mall in front of Barnes and Nobles.
Check out us and other farmers there.
And the strawberries are always fresh. That looks so amazing good. I want one right now.
You're the one that makes them. Let's make them now.
With some coffee or hot chocolate, because it's getting cold. But I'm pretty sure that they'll be hot.
Yeah.
So we go good with some hibiscus tea that we make.
Mm-hmm.
With rose petals infused.
So yeah, check us out. We'll be live again the following week. Not this week, the following one, because we got pretty busy month already. So we'll be back live. I just forgot the date.
Don't look at me.
Well, we'll keep you updated. Want to say some final thoughts?
23rd.
The 23rd of April.
Come in and join us again. Our next session.
Yeah, come to Danza. Oh, don't forget about our summer camp. Our workshops.
Our workshops that's not the next date one. The next date will be April 19th or Friday at 5:30 at that location, 3465 University Avenue, Studio 3, which basically is the basement of the Life Art Studio. But keep following us on IG or Facebook or YouTube. Hey.
Yeah, and if you guys want us to touch any specific comments, just not danza, but just the whole culture, let us know. DM us, message us, whatever. Don't forget to subscribe and keep following us. And my last thought is just, health with danza. It's a long road, so stay strong.
Don't Add us on Instagram.
Peace and love.
Last words, Candice?
Mexica out.
Where you?
Mexica out.
Where?
Not seen.
Where?